Hi guys, welcome back to the channel if you've been here before, and if you've not, thanks for joining me today. I am doing something a little bit different today. I'm not going to be filming any parkrun video as normal. So I did do parkrun, but decided not to film it this week. I am going to be just talking to you here on the camera. There's no running video this week. I want to just update you on my journey, where I've come from, where I am now, and what is going through my head at the moment. So I feel like I'm at a bit of a crossroads. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys, and maybe you can let me know what you think and where I should go from here. I did do parkrun yesterday. I was planning to go to Cambridge and actually do one down there, but I don't drive, in case you didn't know that. And I needed to leave my house at about 6:30 in the morning yesterday in order to get a 7 o'clock train. And basically I couldn't be bothered. So I ended up going back to King's Lynn, which I've done 26 times, I think now. I normally go to King's Lynn when I want to do a fast full out attempt to see what time I can get. And this week I didn't want to do that. I was feeling quite tired and just wasn't really feeling it at all. I was in two minds as to whether to even go and run at all. And it was kind of a last minute, oh damn, let's just go and give it a whirl. And even if I end up walking some of it, like, it doesn't really matter, okay? Just good to get out there for your mental health really sometimes. So hence I didn't film that, because really wouldn't have been very interesting content for you, I don't think. But anyway, I wanted to do 4 miles yesterday because I'm meant to be training for a 10k race in 5 weeks time. So I did a mile warm up and then did park run, and actually I came out with this time. Bear in mind my fastest time of late has been 26 minutes 22. That was actually not bad considering I wasn't pushing it. So now I kind of wish that I had, because you never know, I might have actually beaten 26:22. So I think we need to go back and do that again in the near future. Although we do have some other things planned shortly. So I don't know when I'm going to fit that in, but hopefully at some point in April or even next week, I don't know. Anyway, that aside, I've been running since 2012 when I was 38 years old, and I'm now just about to turn 52. So I've been running for quite a while now, and I used to belong to a club for about 10 years, a local club to me, and I've suffered really with injury history pretty much all of that time, certainly all of it except for about 2 years. And of late it's got much worse. So the last couple of years I've really struggled to run at all, and I've been running probably only once a week on average, sometimes even once a fortnight when things were really bad. So tendons seem to be my problem. I get a lot of tendon injuries at the moment. It's my Achilles on both sides. So hence I'm really struggling to run. And as I say, I've got a race in 5 weeks time. So things are a bit tricky at the moment. I left my running club a few years ago because of all these injuries and some personal reasons as well, and I changed my job and it was just getting difficult to go there. Plus the fact it feels like quite a competitive environment, and I was no longer able to feel like I fit in. So just for context, so you know what I used to be able to run, this was back in sort of 2017, 2018. My parkrun time was 23:41, that's my PB. My 10k personal best is 49:51, and my half marathon time is 1 hour 57:18. So I've never done a marathon, and the reason I've never done a marathon is I've tried to train for them 2 or 3 times. I've entered them, and every time I try and ramp up the training I get injured. So I was trying to do Manchester Marathon, my first marathon, for my 50th birthday back in 2023. I got to 15 miles and had a really bad tendon problem, which actually hasn't 100% gone even now. So I've had that over 2 years. It's very, very mild now and only feel it very occasionally if I've done too much. So that's where I'm at. The question is to you guys, and also I'm asking myself, is should I quit racing? I keep entering all these races, and keep having to pull out because I don't feel like I've been able to train for them, and I don't want to just have to walk run it. And that's probably my ego and my competitive nature, which prevents me being able to do that. As I say, I've got another race in 5 weeks' time. That's the Gear 10K. It is a local race to me. It's fast and it's flat, and I did it last year and actually did quite well considering I hadn't really been able to train that much for it. I think I did a sub 57 just about. So I was hoping to beat that this year, but with 5 weeks to go, I haven't been able to train for it at all. All I've been able to manage is a park run once a week. And this week, actually, it felt fine. So I thought I'm okay to do park run. So I did park run. It was a little bit sore on the warm up, but then it eased off, but it's nothing too bad. But today, the following day, I can feel it. It's sore and stiff, especially first thing in the morning. So whilst it's not super bad, it's still there, and I'm worried about ramping up the training. So yeah, should I quit racing? I entered the London Winter Run 10K, which was in February this year, spent about £400 to go to London to stay there for a couple of nights, came to quite a bit of money. Well, that's a lot of money to me anyway. And I ended up not doing it because my Achilles really flared up. In fact, that's when the problems all started again. So yeah, it was a bit of a waste of money, and this keeps happening to me. And I have only got 2 races this year so far. So obviously Gear 10K, which I just mentioned, and I've also got Run Norwich 10K, which is in September, which is hilly, and I struggled with that last year because I wasn't able to train for that as much as I would like, although I did get some training in and I did do a few 10Ks beforehand. I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one so you can watch that if you want to. There's also a video on the Gear 10K I did last year, which I'll also link at the end of this video. So I have thought about quitting running completely many times because it's actually quite upsetting when you're not able to do it, when you just keep getting injured, and it really doesn't do much for your morale. So I run, like many people, partly for my mental health, and when you can't do it, obviously your mental health does suffer. This is not something that I talk about, and I don't want to dwell on it, but it is affecting me. But I also don't want to give up running, partly because I'm stubborn and partly because I'm competitive and it sort of appeals to that side of my nature. But without it, I feel a bit lost. And of course, without running, I don't have this YouTube channel. So at the moment, I don't know what to do, and I'm just being real and letting you guys know where I'm at. On a more positive note, I started this YouTube channel 1 year ago. So we're nearly at 200 subscribers now. So if you're watching this video and you've maybe watched a few of mine and not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel, and without your help, I can't do that. So I'd really appreciate that. And also, just to keep you updated on my partner Brian's progress, he features a lot in my videos if you've not been here before, but he managed to qualify to run for England in the 10K, and the final event for that is going to be the Great North 10K, which is in July. Now, we weren't planning a trip up north, but it looks like we're now going to go up to Newcastle. So any of you fellow YouTubers that live up north, and I know there's quite a few of you, I'd really love to meet you while we're there, if you're going to be available. If you're doing the Great North 10K, or you fancy coming to a park run up and around Newcastle area on the 5th of July, please drop me a line. That would be great. I'd love to meet some of you. And those of you that subscribe, if you fancy coming along as well, that would be marvellous. I will keep you updated on what I decide to do. I think it largely depends on whether I'm able to do any more mileage. I don't know if I'm going to get around to completing a 10K even at the moment, let alone to try and do a good time. So as I said, I did 4 miles yesterday. I'm going to try and do a little bit more next week. So we're just going to have to see if the Achilles calms down. It's not too bad at the moment, but I don't want to make it worse because it's one of those injuries that just is really difficult to get rid of once it takes a hold. So anyway, as I said, I will update you. Hope you have a good weekend, guys. Take care. Happy running. I will see you on the next video.